Barack Obama is de nieuwe president van de Verenigde Staten. Voor het eerst is een zwarte man president van de Verenigde Staten. Wij zijn hier voor EenVandaag opnieuw in Doug's Classic Diner in Canton, Ohio. Een onbeduidend provinciestadje. Maar wie hier wint, die wint het Witte Huis. En dat is gebleken. Ik praat hier opnieuw met de inwoners van Canton over de vraag hoe blij ze zijn met deze nieuwe president. Doug, good morning.
PJ, good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine, but how are you?
Good.
Yes?
Yes.
He was not the man you were hoping for.
Was not the man I was hoping for, but we will spend the next 4 years, and if we're not satisfied, then we can move on the next 4 years.
Okay, Doug.
Okay?
That's clear. Good.
Good.
In Canton hebben ze natuurlijk gisteren uitgebreid feest gevierd, de Democraten. Er was er veel aan gelegen om hier in deze stad te winnen.
We're optimistic because we know about the effort that we put into it, but we're cautious because we know what has happened in previous elections.
In 2000 en 2004 verloren de Democraten Ohio en werd George Bush president. Gisteravond is er onverwacht snel goed nieuws.
You know what? This is almost feeling like at last. The third time is the charm.
3 and we worked so hard, and it finally happened. It's amazing. It's just incredible. It's time for a change, and there's just, the American people are sending that message, no question about it.
Very emotional. This whole campaign has been a barrier. I mean, groundbreaking between the races and everything. It's just unbelievable. I can't believe it. I'm speechless.
Ago, I bought that bottle of champagne in anticipation of celebration. I've held on to it for 4 years. It's been sitting on my shelf every day, and I carried it around with me all day today. Words cannot describe how I feel today. I never thought I'd see this in my lifetime. President Barack Obama.
Ron Ponder zit hier naast me, collega van de radio hier in Canton. Hij heeft zijn eigen talkshow, Points to Ponder. Ron, I'm glad that you're here to help me out. Tears of joy, you saw.
Yes.
You cried too?
Almost. My daughter called me from college. She was crying. My wife called me. She was crying. People were crying in the studio, and I did drop a tear or two.
Okay. You also read for us the newspapers.
Yes.
What do they say this morning?
Well, the one that really caught my eye was that Ohio went for Obama. There's been no Republican ever win the presidency without coming through Ohio. In 2004, George Bush beat John Kerry by 10 points. So Ohio always plays a significant role in here.
This time again.
Yes, this time again.
Yeah. And the review was writing about that.
Yes, it was. And also there's the coattail effect. Not only did the top of the ticket, Barack Obama, win, but down the ticket, senators, congresspersons, even council people.
Okay. You also saw USA Today, the big line. On what was the headline in USA Today?
It's historic. He wins, and it's historic for him to win. And it is historic. You know, it would have been historic on either side, whether we would have had a first female vice president. But what's even more significant and more historic is we have the first African-American president.
Yeah. You're proud of that?
I'm very proud of that. Yeah.
Okay. Last newspaper you did was about Elizabeth Dole and Madam Hagan, what's her name again?
Yes, Kay Hagan, from North Carolina. Again, it goes back to that coattail effect. Elizabeth Dole is the wife of the former presidential candidate Bob Dole, very strong senator in North Carolina, and she lost. But so did John Sununu in New Hampshire, and other prominent Republicans were scared stiff because of this Democratic wave. And again, even down the ticket here in the 16th Congressional District, the Democratic candidate won. Even Democratic council people won that maybe shouldn't have won in another scenario.
Okay. Thanks for reading the papers for us. We had a look at you because you work all night, right?
I worked all night.
You were at your radio station,
yes,
and we were there too.
Cook, Ron Ponder. It is our all-night election coverage, and I just went and got my first cup of coffee, Mr. Ponder.
I did too, Pam. I was trying to hold out till about midnight, but didn't make it.
Ron, we have a winner.
Obama
wins
Ohio.
Yes. It's going to be a good day tomorrow.
Another big win for Barack Obama in ABC News projections. We get the latest live from Miami and ABC's Matt Gutman.
All right, we are coming up on 11 o'clock and 53 degrees right now on News Talk 1480 WHBC. And right now we're going to go live to ABC News for a very big announcement.
California has 55.
This is a special report from ABC News. I'm Richard Cantu. ABC News projects that Barack Obama will be the next president-elect of the United States. The latest ABC News projections give Obama wins in Washington, Oregon, Hawaii, and the big prize, California, 55 electoral votes, putting Obama well over the 270 needed to claim the presidency. Obama's watching the election returns in his hometown of Chicago.
Well, all of the hard work, all of the prayer, but now is when the hard work really starts.
Ron Ponder vannacht aan het werk en nu zit hij hier aan tafel. En hier zit ook, net als gisteren, Steve Oki, lokaal democratisch leider. En hier is Andrew Zambar, die voor de Republikeinen hier erg zijn best heeft gedaan in Canton, Ohio. Steve, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a great day.
It's a happy day for you. Is it a historic day?
Very historic day. I think history will record that on one day. Not only did the American people reject the policies of George Bush, but we really fulfilled what is really our most cherished ideal from our Declaration of Independence, which is all men are created equal.
Is this the most important day of your life?
No, I'd say the most important day of my life is the birth of my daughters and my marriage.
Okay.
But this is very close behind that. I'm very proud.
Okay, Andrew, it didn't work out for you, for your
No, it did
party,
not.
for your candidate. When did you notice, when did you know it's not going to work?
No question about it. When the polls came in, the election results came in for the state of Ohio, and they called the state of Ohio for Barack Obama. That happened around 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Once they called Ohio for Barack Obama, there is no way John McCain can win the presidency without carrying Ohio.
Ohio is the key state. This
Absolutely.
time again.
Yes, it is. It has consistently been that way. But this time we also had some other states in play. We had Pennsylvania, which was the final battleground of John McCain, and we had Virginia and some other places. So Ohio played a role, but a lesser role this time around. But what I wanted to ask you, Andrew, is what's the future of the Republican Party now? Do you think that it's the message or is it the messenger, and are they going to change?
That's a great question. There's no doubt about it. The Republican Party is now entering what we call the winter years. The Republicans have to regroup, focus on our base, as well as expand and grow beyond the base.
Okay.
We have a very good message, a viable message, but we have to work on getting that message
Is Sarah
out.
Palin going to be your new leader? What's to become of her?
That's interesting. There's definitely going to be a role for Sarah Palin. Whether she becomes a new prominent leader within the party is yet to be seen, but there will be a lot of positioning for power within the Republican Party. It'll be exciting for us.
Right. Barack Obama, the new president. Steve, what is the first thing that Obama has got to do?
First thing is what he started to do last night, which is to draw the country back together.
Unite.
Yes, unite. We have to be like two prize fighters who duke it out in the ring, but at the end of the fight, embrace and work together, because this country cannot go forward unless we work together.
Yeah. Okay, what in your view, Andrew, is the first thing that Obama's got to do?
Two things. I agree with Steve. We do need to unite, but immediately Barack Obama needs to start establishing his transition and cabinet positions. He needs to bring in people of high caliber, people of high quality, and bring the organization that he brought to the campaign to the White House.
I agree.
That's
I agree.
An unprecedented ground operation, the best that I think this country has ever seen.
Yeah, that's what everyone says. Maybe Obama is the best organizer yet in presidential elections. Is that what is going to help him out being a president?
Yeah, that'll definitely help him. But just because he's a great organizer doesn't mean he can't be a great leader as well. And that's really what we're all hoping for. Organizing is over right now, and as Andrew said, he's got to organize his cabinet. But now the task of governing comes into play, and that's really going to be where the rubber meets the road.
Okay, we're here in Canton, Ohio, and here there's massive job loss. There's lots of foreclosures. There's lots of people here who cannot pay for their health insurance and are in trouble, like Vicky we had on our show. I don't hear you about economy. Can Obama fix these kind of problems here in Canton?
He's not going to be able to wave a magic wand and fix the economy overnight. It's going to be a long process. He even said we may not be able to do these things in 1 year or even one term, but we have to get on the right road, and I think that's what his goal is.
Yeah. Andrew, aren't expectations too high regarding Obama?
There are never expectations set too high for President of the United States of America. We expect great things out of our presidency, and we demand great things out of our presidency. And historically speaking, our great presidents do come through.
Last night I spoke to a salesman in my hotel at the bar. He was here, he was on tour doing his job, and he said, if you're selling something, you shouldn't promise too much, because your customers will not be satisfied in the end.
But he's right. He has to inspire us to great things because we have great challenges. I don't think that we should set our goals at just the mediocre or just the pretty good. We've got to set our bar very high and strive to achieve that.
Right, and he spoke often about responsibility, personal responsibility. He's told the parents to turn off their televisions and let the kids go to their books and their computers, not just sit around and play games all the time. So there's a measure and a determination for self-responsibility that you don't usually hear from the Democratic side of the ticket. Usually that's a Republican philosophy. So it's welcoming to hear that.
Well, we heard John Kennedy say it a long time ago, don't ask what your nation can do for you, but what can you do for your nation.
Exactly.
Is Obama kind of a John F. Kennedy?
He is a transformational figure. He's someone who inspires a lot of people, and we're hopefully going to be able to see him put some of that inspiration into action. And but there's a lot of work to do.
Okay.
And if he doesn't do that, in 4 years we'll have another one of these elections.
Yeah, maybe we'll see then that things did not go as positive as we think now. I mean, the span of attention of the American audience, how great is it?
Very short, very short.
There's going to be a honeymoon, but of months before some of the partisanship starts to creep back in and there becomes more bickering. So he's going to have a window of time during which he's particularly has this mandate to act.
Okay. Let's see what else we have. Niet alleen. Canton, Ohio heeft gekozen voor Obama, maar ook landelijk was Barack Obama de favoriet. Bleek al vrij snel.
Ohio, CNN now projects the state of Ohio will go for Senator Barack Obama.
And make Barack Obama, in our view, President-elect of the United States of America.
I had the honor of calling Senator Barack Obama to congratulate him, please, to congratulate him on being elected the next president of the country that we both love.
Hello, Chicago. At this defining moment, change has come to America.
Gisteren zat hij nog hier bij mij in de diner, onze correspondent Michiel Vos, normaal in New York. Nu zit hij in Washington en ik heb hem vanuit deze diner met de telefoon van deze diner aan de lijn. Zo eenvoudig is het hier in de Verenigde Staten. Michiel Vos in Washington, vertel het, hoe groot is de opwinding daar?
De opwinding is groot. Niet alleen vanwege de gigantische overwinning van Obama, niet alleen vanwege de vreugde van de Democraten. Niet alleen vanwege het feit dat de Democraten voor het eerst sinds 1995 zowel het Huis van Afgevaardigden als de Senaat als het Witte Huis weer in handen hebben. En dat betekent dat ze veel ruimte krijgen om zeg maar, hun politieke doeleinden te gaan nastreven. Met een, laten we zeggen, progressieve president die wordt ondersteund door Senaat en Huis die hem legislatief, wettenmakend kunnen ondersteunen.
Ja, je zou haast zeggen dat Barack Obama misschien nou wel te veel macht krijgt. Dat de rode loper ook in het congres nu wel erg voor hem uitgerold ligt.
Dat zou kloppen, vooral ook omdat de Republikeinse partij, de enige andere partij in Amerika, zo verdeeld lijkt. En zo op zoek lijkt naar een boodschap. Het was John McCain, nou, dat was nooit een echt goed huwelijk tussen de partij en John McCain. En nu moeten zij op zoek naar een nieuwe leider, een nieuwe boodschap. En ze moeten misschien af van die focus op guns, God en dat soort zaken. En gay marriage, dus het recht op wapenbezit, God in de openbare sfeer. En het gehamer op het ontkennen van het recht op homohuwelijk. Dat soort zaken, dat werkt dus niet meer. We moeten dus op zoek naar iets anders.
Laten we weer even ons concentreren op de winnaar, want het is toch Barack Obama en zijn Democratische Partij. Dit is de dag na die historische verkiezingen die we allemaal hier van dichtbij meemaken. Wat nu, is de vraag. Wat moet hij doen? Wat gaat hij doen?
Ja, nu komt dus die lode last op zijn schouders te rusten. Hij moet nu zorgen dat hij snel een team om zich heen verzamelt. Het zogenaamde transition team, bestaande uit leden van het kabinet, maar ook mensen die met hem in het Witte Huis als White House Chief of Staff, etc. gaan werken aan de enorme problemen, aan de puinhopen van 8 jaar Bush, zoals de Democraten dat zien. Om dat weg te werken. Niet alleen de economische crisis, maar allerlei zaken die volgens de Democraten zijn blijven liggen. Ja. En daar zal hij als jonge president aan moeten beginnen.
Ja, en wat gaat hij doen bijvoorbeeld op het gebied van Irak of Afghanistan? Gaat hij troepen terugtrekken?
Dat is wel de bedoeling. Kijk, dat is een grote belofte geweest. Het is de laatste tijd een beetje stil geweest rondom de oorlog in Irak. Maar het is wel de belofte en het doel van de Democraten in Congres en Witte Huis om die troepen terug te trekken. En dat moet hij voor elkaar kunnen krijgen. Als hij dat niet voor elkaar krijgt, dan zal dat een grote teleurstelling zijn voor de mensen met erg veel verwachtingen. En dat is natuurlijk ook nu het grote gevaar, dat er erg veel verwachtingen zijn voor deze jonge president in spe.
Ja, Michiel, heel kort tot slot. Het is altijd moeilijk om de geschiedenis te beschrijven en op waarde te schatten op het moment dat het zich afspeelt. Maar hoe belangrijk, ook emotioneel, is deze verkiezing op dit moment voor de Amerikanen?
Nou, de New York Times pakt niet vaak zo uit. Het is enorm belangrijk, niet alleen voor de zwarte bevolking. Het is enorm belangrijk omdat het een verandering van toon betekent in Washington ten opzichte van de harde toon en de verdeelde toon van Bush. Het is iemand die de pagina duidelijk omslaat. Barack Obama is iemand duidelijk van de 21ste eeuw. En ik denk dat we dat niet genoeg kunnen benadrukken. En dat zullen we ook in Europa, denk ik, over enige tijd zien. Een verandering van toon en boodschap in Washington.
Dankjewel. Michiel Vos in Washington. Ja, we hadden het er al over. De winnaars en de verliezers. De verliezers waren natuurlijk hier in Canton ook, de Republikeinen. Niet blij.
Give me a hug, bro. Good to see you, man.
Een bijzondere avond voor de Republikeinen, een cruciale nacht voor Larry Dordia. Hij zette alles opzij om de nieuwe sheriff te worden.
If I lose, I gave up my career. I gave up an awful lot. I have to find work. And that may mean, again, selling the house.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, buddy.
Look at the love in the room.
You better win, you son of a gun.
Thank you. I'm doing my best. You better.
Larry is op dit Republikeinse feest de grote hoop. In de kansen van McCain gelooft al snel niemand meer.
I'm not anticipating a win here for McCain, just because of I think the unbalanced media has always been for Obama.
We're ready to change from where we were. I know change. A lot of people don't like the word change right now, but I think people are tired of what we've had, and it's almost a situation where anything is better.
McCain is al kansloos voordat de kippenboutjes goed en wel op tafel staan.
Folks, this in the end may not be even close.
I think it's done. I think it's done now.
Are you disappointed?
Yeah. I can't believe Ohio voted for unrepentant terrorists.
There's no disappointment here. There's no losers here. Good numbers to begin with, everybody.
Maar ook met Larry gaat het daarna snel verkeerd. De kiezers laten hem in de steek. Ook de andere republikeinse kandidaten voor lokale posities hebben het zwaar.
We had the best team. You know, we had the best. We just had the best.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. We were a team.
And worked hard. Worked very hard.
Nothing but a team.
Probably was not a good year to run for any office as a Republican. Well, you've got to finish the race. That's all there is to it.
'S'nachts om 2 uur zijn nog steeds veel stemmen niet binnen. Larry ligt achter, maar wil tot vandaag wachten met het erkennen van zijn verlies.
I feel the weight of the support of all these people on my shoulders. And if I don't win, I feel I've let them down. And that's the part that's going to be very difficult to deal with.
De verliezers in Kenton afgelopen nacht. Hier aan tafel natuurlijk Ron Ponder van Talk Radio in Kenton. Sharita Crochet, columnist in de regionale krant Repository. En de baas van de newsroom van die klant is Don Dietor. Happy to have you here. Is this president good news for Kenton, Sharita?
I believe it is. Canton is a typical American city. We're having some economic struggles, and I think we needed a new change. We needed to change, and I think we hope Mr. Obama will bring that.
If change is needed in one place, Don, it's in Kenton.
Yeah, so for sure, we've been hit with, foreclosures. We've been hit with unemployment, factories closing up, jobs moving out. It's been a tough time for a lot of folks here, and I think now that they have someone in Washington that I think they can identify with and realizes what problems they face, I think it's going to be a benefit for them.
Yeah, but again, that question: what in fact can he do about this economic crisis?
Well, as far as one thing that I think he can do is immediate, and that's provide health care, help bring health care to more people. I have a friend whose father lost a job for the second time just about 3 weeks ago. When he lost his job the first time, he spent all of his savings buying health care for him and his wife. He's lost a job a second time. Now he has no savings and no health care.
We had the story about Freaky Shreve. I'm going to talk to her shortly. Who had to pay $36,000 for her hospital bill and works at Walmart for a wage of $800 a month.
She'll never be able to climb out.
No. But is Barack Obama going to do something about that? I mean,
well, that was one of the
must be pretty hard.
That was the centerpiece of his campaign, is to provide a safety net for people like, the people at Walmart or people that don't have health insurance, or Don's friend. If people think he's going to walk on water, that's not going to happen. It's going to take time.
But aren't expectations too high? I mean,
the expectations are always high at this time. When a new president takes over, people expect him to come in and just clean everything up, and it's not going to happen. But I think if people show some patience and show some willingness to adapt, I think we'll be on a better track than we are right now.
There's always a honeymoon anytime any president is elected, but I just think people have been through so much the past 8 years that they're willing to be a little bit more patient. I think Mr. Obama has shown that he is a thinker. He's just not someone who just says whatever needs to be said to win elections. This man is consistently surrounding himself with the best and the brightest, has offered detailed plans.
Okay, but apart from what he can actually do, is not the most important thing about Barack Obama at this moment in Kenton, but maybe nationwide, and maybe internationally, the inspiration that this man brings?
Yes, that's very strong, intangible. And when he talks about hope, that's what people wanted to hear. That's what sold people. When you don't have health insurance and you have a problem, at least you have hope. And that's what he can bring to the table, not just for the country, but as you said, for the world, because after 8 years of George Bush, we need something that we can believe in, something positive. We may not be able to reach out and grab it and taste it and eat it, but we can think it and we can feel it.
And I think it's hope, too, that if you're an African-American sitting in Canton, Ohio, someday you could become president of the United States. That's what the hope I think he brings to everybody.
That's amazing. I went to a Michelle Obama appearance, and you could just see it in the people's eyes there, the same thing.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Sharita. Thank you, Ron. Dames en heren, we hebben de afgelopen weken heel veel berichten hier over die inwoners van Canton en de problemen waar zij mee te maken hebben. Die mensen, daar ging het ons om. En dit waren ze.
A little bit empty, but it's going to be home soon. We're working on it.
When Dave McCune, a steelworker that I met in Canton, Ohio, saw his job sent overseas.
Here I am 4 years later looking for a job again.
Oh my goodness gracious. The hospital bill, Jack, is $36,709.
You have another heart attack?
Probably,
You okay?
En aan het eind van onze rechtstreekse uitzendingen vanuit Doug's Classic Diner over de Amerikaanse verkiezingen praat ik nog heel even met de vrouw wier verhaal toch de meeste indruk maakte. Vicky Shreve, die een hartaanval kreeg, naar het ziekenhuis moest, niet verzekerd was zoals 50 miljoen andere Amerikanen en een rekening moest betalen van $36.000. Vicky, you voted for Obama, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yes, so you're a happy person.
I'm a very happy person.
But is it, for your life, going to make a difference?
I hope it makes a difference for everybody's life, not just mine.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For helping us.
You're welcome.
And good luck.
Thank you.
And a happy life.
You too.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
En tot slot naar Doug, onze gastheer, our host Doug. Thanks very much that we could be here in your
welcome,
beautiful diner.
Thank you.
But now it's Barack Obama.
Yes. Well,
how is this country going to end up?
We don't know yet. It's just the election's over. All the hoopla's got to settle down, and we just now start preparing for the next 4 years. Everybody will start preparing for the next election.
But let's be straight, Doug.
Okay.
You were for McCain, right?
Yes.
He's not your man. You don't seem too disappointed.
Well, you know, I listen to everybody in this country always make mockery of the president. Well, he's the leader of our country, so, you know, you got to accept it, whether you like it, whether you don't like it.
Do you like it?
The people, I do, I have to.
Do you like the fact, and I'm stopping,
okay,
that there is an Afro-American president in the United States for the first time?
Yeah, I think we were due sometime for either a female president or a black president, because as long as they're for the people, it makes no difference who's going to be the president. But they have to do the job.
Good thing. Thanks a lot.
You're quite welcome.
Thank
It's
you,
been
Doug.
a pleasure.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Goed, dit was EenVandaag. Rechtstreeks vanuit Doug's Classic Diner met de verkiezingsuitzendingen. Met heel veel dank aan vooral al die inwoners van Canton, Ohio. Dit stadje hier in het middenwesten van de Verenigde Staten. Die hebben willen figureren in onze reportages. Morgen zijn we gewoon weer vanuit Hilversum. Fijn dat u keek. Ik hoop dat u morgen weer kijkt.